uncertainty is ever on the rise. Political uncertainty, the same. And over the last few months, few years, we've heard this term a lot more. That term is the safe haven trade. In this video, we're going to discuss what a safe haven asset looks like and how you could possibly look to interpret these moves within your own trading decisions and possibly predict future market outcomes. Now, what we're going to be discussing is, what is a safe haven? What is a safe haven? A safe haven asset is typically an asset that performs well during greater periods of market volatility or market uncertainty. That could be inflation on the rise. That could be escalations in the Middle East, for example. Recently, Strait of Hormuz, we've had a lot of political uncertainty, as well as acts of war, if you like, on drones, Iranian drones, US drones. The price of oil has been rallying and falling on the back of a lot of these tensions in the Middle East. And what happens? Well, people tend to flock to safe haven assets. Now, the number one safe haven asset, what's considered a safe haven asset, is gold. For hundreds of years, gold has been known to store value, hold value. Even though it's a non-interest bearing asset, investors do like to flock to gold during periods of uncertainty as a safe haven. So if there is any kind of uncertainty or global growth concerns, you'll tend to see a rally in gold. During the last financial crisis, gold rallied nearly to $2,000 an ounce, all-time highs, of course. Recently, we've broken a 6-year high off the back of global growth concerns. China's GDP dropping to 27-year lows, or slowing to 27-year lows. Of course, a lot of the escalations in the Middle East, as well as the political uncertainty from Europe, central bank uncertainty, and all of this attributing to a positive safe haven trade in gold. So do keep your eyes on gold in light of the safe havens. And if this does continue, we could see more people, more investors flock into gold and away, of course, from the US dollar, which is the world's reserve currency. But again, when there is uncertainty in the markets, especially around the US, and political uncertainty, geopolitical uncertainty, gold tends to be the beneficiary from that relationship. Definitely keep your eyes on that. That's a very key one. On the currency side, you also get currencies like the Japanese yen, which again is seen as another safe haven asset that investors like to flock to. Other key ones to look out for are treasury bills and defense stocks. So we're talking about kind of utilities and electrics, gas, etc. These are also seen as possible kind of safe haven assets in times of uncertainty. So really, how do I trade this? Well, it's more looking at the long-term picture and looking at trends for long-term global growth, as well as assessing inflation in key economies such as the US, Europe, UK, and a bit larger countries in Asia, especially China. If inflation generally rises, you do get rises or increases rather in the safe haven asset. So what we're going to do here is just list the reasons that we've been discussing for a possible rise in these safe haven assets. So we have inflation as a key attributor. We also have geopolitical concerns, i.e. what we've touched on in terms of recent activities in the Strait of Hormuz, Middle East tensions, etc. That's a big play for the safe haven trade in real time. Inflation, geopolitical concerns, political concerns, and global growth concerns also. So as I mentioned earlier, recently we've had 27-year lows or slowdown in the Chinese economy, which is also attributing to this rise in gold. and a strengthening yen. If you turn your charts open to pound yen, euro yen, and you look at periods of time where volatility in the political sense or geopolitical sense is higher, the yen also tends to increase. I'll also like to list some other more unique currencies which you may not be aware of or as safe havens. Typically the New Zealand dollar in Australasia is seen as a safe haven, as well as the Swiss franc in Europe, the CHF. Now, as you know, the Swiss economy has always maintained this independent currency from the euro, like the UK, but it's more of a tax haven nation for investors to flock in during these times of uncertainty. So, safe haven trade, keep your eyes on these assets during times of inflation rising, geopolitical tension rising, global growth concerns on the rise. All reasons to look more at the safe haven trade, look at possible long-term opportunities. For example, gold at the moment on a rally to the upside, breaking 6-year highs and possibly looking to head higher should these all continue to stay in the news. So do keep your eyes on it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Do like, subscribe, comment below. We will keep you posted with more great videos like this. And as always, trade safe.